This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
BooBaes.
Hi,
Hello,
and welcome to
BooBaes.
BooBaes. That's right. We're your hosts. I'm Caitlin,
And I'm Joshua.
and today we're here to talk to you about.
Da, 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 da,
That was so good.
Oh, it's so iconic. The
It is.
Halloweentown series, starting with Halloweentown 1.
Halloweentown 1, 1998.
I didn't realize it had came out that long ago. I thought it was like 2000,
Yeah.
2001. And I thought like the second one was like 04 and then like but apparently they're like
Yeah.
the second one came out in 2001.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, I know.
But great series, full of great cast.
Yes, great series. Debbie
We've got
Reynolds,
Debbie Reynolds, for starters.
Miss Deborah, and of course, I mean, Singing in the Rain, and all the other classics, and of course, the
Carrie
mom
Fisher's mom.
Princess Leia. Yeah, and
That's one of my fun facts is that she introduced herself as Carrie Fisher's. She would say during the filming of the first 3 Halloweentown films, Debbie Reynolds often introduced herself as Princess Leia's mother to the young actors, as she's the real-life mother of actress Carrie Fisher, who famously played Leia in the Star Wars films.
Yeah, because a lot of people like obviously grew up on Star Wars and stuff, and so that's so popular that a new generation of kids would only know her through that. Even though I, for some reason, knew of her from before. I think there's like a 90s movies or something like that, or an 80s movie that she was in that I saw. Like one of those
Debbie
like
Reynolds?
like one of those like not a Lifetime movie, but that type of like vibe.
Yeah.
But we are gonna be starting with Halloweentown 1, and let's just get right into it.
Yeah, basically we start off, we get our title card immediately. It's just nice, simple, kind of grainy graphics that say Halloweentown in a green and orange font.
It's giving goosebumps, you know?
Yes, very much so. And sorry, I'm like picking my scalp off.
Very, very appropriate.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna look like Calabar.
I'll be Calabar.
And so
when
we
he's
have
in his ugly form.
Yeah, in his evil form. We have the title card, and then the flame goes out, and we then transition into, what you would see on a typical Halloween night. We have kids trick-or-treating, bustling, and the iconic Halloweentown music that's just super like jolly. And then we zoom into our poor Sophie, who's just watching all the other children have a really good time. And we can tell already off the bat, this was like my house growing up, where we're in a Christian household and we do not celebrate the themes of Halloween because they are not Christ-centered. And so we are going to not watch anything spooky, not trick-or-treat, not pass out candy, and none of it.
Yeah, thank God my mom was like, loved Halloween and making costumes for us. So I dressed up every year.
That's so
Except for one year we were too poor. And so the year before I was a prom queen. And then so the second year I was a zombie prom queen.
That's awesome. Though. That's
So
creative.
she took my prom king dress and like ripped it up, and also probably because I got too big for it too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we had to like rip it up because I was like in the first grade. So you're like actively growing then.
Oh, you were little. Yeah, you were a prom queen that little. That's cool.
I had a little pink dress, and
smart, and it's
I was
costly,
a zombie prom queen.
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, most of the time, people make costumes out of just what they have in their house.
Yep, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And so we have Marnie, who is trying to talk to her mom and convince her that she should be allowed to go out trick-or-treating or to a party.
And I was like, damn, I would low-key slap Marnie if I was her mom. Because
it was the ambush with friends.
Yeah, and like then just like all the way Marnie talks to her.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I never like when I was younger, I was like, yeah, Marnie. And now I'm like, I would not let my child talk to me that way. And like my next note is she's being remarkably calm for such a smart mouth. Like the mom.
Mm-hmm. There are definitely lots of already early signs of like resentment, and you can tell that they like do not vibe right now, especially when it comes to Halloween. Yeah, because as we hear from Marnie's friends, this is like suited for her because it's all about vampires and blood and witches, and she's into that stuff.
In her notebooks.
Yeah, they're definitely not helping at all. And Marnie is pleading for her mom to let her go to the party, but her mom's sticking to, her firm, no. And she tells the friends to leave. And that's whenever we then have, just more family. Like, I love how the beginning of the first 20, 25 minutes of the film are like, oh, gunshots.
Hey, she knocked down one of my dolls.
Oh,
Darling, get down.
That's a bad sign. That's bad juju. And so she and the family are having it's really just building up like the character, how Marnie is like very much firstborn, like she is very gung-ho. We have her brother who's very like he's very much already getting played off as like a nerd, like a tattletale, the very like what's that person, the one in the family who's like, we've got to stick to the rules,
Brown noser.
The brown noser. Yeah, because he wants to, get brownie points with mom. And, just be that annoying brother. And then we have Sophie. Sophie's the best. She is like...
Sophie is the best. She's a real one.
She's like that wide-eyed child who like just like sees everything like in a different lens. Mm-hmm.
And she, low-key, the most powerful.
Oh, yeah. Throughout the whole series.
Yeah.
I wish they would have touched on that like later on.
Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, and the brother's like, why can't you be interested in another holiday like Arbor Day? Trees are important too,
Yeah, and I love how Marnie...
he's just like a smart aleck.
And I love how Marnie is like, Halloween is cool, nature boy.
Yeah.
And I remember that because Disney Channel would always like do like, snippets and previews or whatever in between commercials or whatever, or shows. And I remember that would always make the cut of like the Halloweentown or Halloween like little vibes or whatever, because she would always be like in between commercials like, Halloween is cool.
Yeah.
And then, or the grandma being like, it's Halloween or something like that, or something like that. It's from the third one. I can't remember. Happy Halloween. Yeah, she says it real funny.
Halloween.
And so we have Grandma, speaking of Miss Debbie Reynolds, and she's arriving.
Debbie Reynolds shows up.
Mm-hmm, with her bag, who is like kind of like a lizard walking bag type of situation. Well, okay, I'm speaking ahead of myself because right now it's not doing that. But in the third one, it has legs.
Oh, right.
It walks around. Yeah.
Okay.
And so...
Yeah. And I love how the soundtrack for this movie is brilliant. Like, of course, we have the iconic theme. But like, I love how the soundtrack and how it animates the inanimate objects, like the bag. Like, because while it's sitting up there on the bus, not wanting to come down, it's like dee 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 as it shakes its little head, and then it like whoosh jumps down, and
it all ties in well with the sound effects and stuff.
Yeah, it's very very good, and typical Disney.
And then we have we're back at home with Mom and Sophie, and Sophie's begging for a cookie before dinner, but we can't have sweets before dinner.
Unless you live by my rules. Eat dessert first in case the good Lord takes you during the meal.
There you go.
That's such a Southern thing to say.
And you're going to get the sugars. The bad bitters. And then we have, so her asking her mom for the cookie and stuff, and all for this to set up that when the mom turns around, Sophie doesn't realize, because she's kind of pouting and looking the other direction, she magically makes the cookie float into the air and start like coming towards her.
Yeah, magic cookie.
And Mama has to hurry up and like snatch it out of the air and put it in her mouth.
Which she's like, "Are you eating a cookie? Like, put it behind your back."
That's what I was thinking. I was like, or like squat it down. I don't know, or just hold it in your hand. Yeah. And so, she has to pretend like she's not. And the whole time, Sophie, as we mentioned, is the most powerful. So since the beginning of the movie, she's like, someone's coming. Someone's coming. Someone is coming. Which is kind of like, okay, yes, she's very powerful, clairvoyant. But also, we learned that Grandma comes every Halloween. Like, it's an annual thing. It's her yearly trip. So it's kind of like, okay, Sophie, but like, you're trying to like look like you're magical, but we already know Granny's
You're a fucking poser, Sophie.
She's a charlatan. And so, there's a little ding dong at the door.
No, Grandma Aggie is here.
Grandma's home. Yes, everybody's so excited except for Mom.
Except for Mom. Yeah. Mom is like, ugh. And then Marnie's like, can you not fight with Grandma like for once? And I was like, again, would smack her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, don't you tell me how to talk to my mom.
For real.
But also like
no idea.
Don't. I mean, I wouldn't want to encourage fighting, but.
So and in the same vein, words matter. Marnie isn't aware of like all of the like backstory, with what's between Mom and Grandma. So of course she doesn't know like why they beefing. So
exactly.
It's kind of like everybody's holding on to things that they shouldn't be holding on to. And so Grandma's home. It's all like, fun and like exciting because she has her bag, and she's like, very much about the Halloween
everything.
She says, "Mommy, pay attention to me now."
Yeah, she's knocking all the magnets off the fridge.
Aww. And so she has the bag, and it's like a never-ending, like,
it's like Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, yes, because everything keeps coming out of it, and we've got candy, we've got costumes. And Dylan points out that this bag is like defying all logic because it should not be able to hold as much stuff as it should.
Yeah, he was like, this defies all logic. And then Marnie pulls out a pentagram. She's like, ooh, a pentagram. Then puts it on. I was like, damn, Disney was bold.
Next it's
putting that
like
in.
An athame and then like bottles.
She's gonna make a blood sacrifice to Satan. I thought that was really like, I was like, damn, I can't believe Disney put that in. I never noticed that.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
And I mean, because it's 98 as well, so we're like kind of right in that like era of like post grunge, right? Yeah. And like kind of that time period. And Grandma Aggie keeps mentioning that Marnie is turning 13. So
Lucky number 13.
and Mom and Granny are kind of like alluding to something more about the number 13 and the age, and we kind of pick up the details, pick up along the lines that it's kind of like a coming of age for a witch, and that the grandma wants to start teaching Marnie, like, about the way of the witch, the way of, their culture per se. And
Yeah.
would that be a culture? I don't know. But it's a way of life.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, yeah. And so there's a lot of like heavy, like there's friction, right? But they're not all out arguing. They're just like agreeing to disagree almost. And
Yeah. So you can tell it's very tense.
And dismissive on the mom's part, because then she's like, it's dinner time, and just kind of like drops the conversation or something like that.
Yeah. And so they go eat dinner. Sophie's pretending to be a ghost, but she's like, woo, woo. And Grandma Aggie is like, ghosts tend to be very depressed creatures. And is like, you got to be more like, ooh.
Spot on.
Yeah. And so then that comes into play later in the movie whenever Sophie then imitates a ghost again.
Does that mean that we have to change our intro to BooBaes?
BooBaes.
It's more sad, more melancholy.
Sad. We do.
And
but then we get the iconic line too of being normal is vastly overrated. I feel like
that was always on the like little
clips as well.
Sound bites, yeah. And all of this to have a little bit of more friction between Mom and Grandma. And then because I don't remember what they're talking about, but then Mom is like, it's time for bed.
Yeah, because it kind of was abrupt. And Grandma, they asked their mom if Grandma Aggie could read them a story. And then she was like, I guess, and then she like stops her mom and it's like, don't tell them a thing about Halloweentown. And
I
then
laughed out loud.
Immediately busts out a book called Halloweentown.
I laughed out loud because the grandma was like, oh, I'm never say anything about that. You got my word.
Snake.
And then literally the next scene is like, so once upon a time.
In Halloweentown. There's a big old jack-o'-lantern. And
it's so fun.
Yeah. And then they're flipping through the book, learning all about like the werewolf Barber and their dogman Barber, and going through. And then all of a sudden we flip to a page with a witch flying on a broom. And Sophie goes, look, it's Marnie.
It looks.
I didn't really see. Oh.
You didn't see it?
Yeah. I mean, I could see it, but I'd also be like,
I thought it looked like her.
It looks like her, but then like.
But it's also just like.
Also, it's just a cartoon. So yeah, a white girl with brown hair, and I was like, that could be anyone. That could be me.
Yeah. It could be. It actually is you.
It is me. I'm a witch. When I was young, I made apple juice appear on a shelf once when I really wanted apple juice. We were out of it.
But like in a cup, in a carton, in a bottle, what do you mean?
In a bottle. I made a whole jug of apple juice appear.
Like it just went.
Yep.
Like out of thin air?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Maybe it was like the magic of a kid in need.
Yeah, it allowed Santa was like, I'll give you an early Christmas present.
Literally, it was the poverty fairy.
Yeah, like you're too poor.
Like poor thing.
It's just the food bank.
It was literally someone. You literally got like whatchamacallit, drugged, and like it's a hallucination.
I don't even like apple juice.
That's a terrible nightmare.
No, I don't like apple juice because one time I fell in the shower and got internal bleeding, and they fed me, in order to make my insides glow, they when I had to get the MRI or whatever,
They
or
give you
CAT
apple juice?
scan. It was like an apple juice flavored medicine, and it was like a Route 44 cup of it. So I had to drink all of it, but there was a medicinal taste to it, and it ruined apple juice for me forever.
So
Like
bad.
still to this day. I was in like the 2nd grade.
It's so good. Apple juice is so good. It's over at
Yeah.
orange juice. I would take it.
Oh, see, no. I love orange juice. If they, I would be
depends
so
on the
mad
apple
if they
juice as well,
ruined
though.
orange juice.
Some
Yeah,
apple
I
juice-
like apple
about the same.
cider.
Well, that's good, but that's kind of different because that's like
Yeah.
saying you like chocolate milk and hot cocoa. They're different.
Yeah, they are.
They're a little
But
different.
yeah, apple juice itself, I still can't do to this day. It's like ruined the flavor of it for me. Anyways, I made apple juice appear, and so I'm basically Sophie.
You are.
But
they end up going to bed after this, or allegedly, and Mom and Granny start to have a conversation downstairs, and once again they're arguing because Grandma's trying to tell Mom about, well, it hasn't even really started yet. They're already arguing because they want to train Marnie and the mom doesn't agree. And then
Yes.
they're also just going off about like, well, the grandma's like, well, you need to stop, living like basically a lie and a double life. Like you need to embrace all sides of you and for the children. And the mom turns the chicken, or the Granny Aggie turns the chicken drums sticks into like a live chicken, and Marnie is down
When you know the
eavesdropping.
chicken keeps better on the bone.
And Marnie at this point has been eavesdropping, and she sees all this happen, so she's like,
Yeah.
dang, okay. And Grandma Aggie then starts to tell the mom, what is the mom's name? I keep calling her Mom. I know her name.
Gwen.
Gwen, yes. She's telling Gwen that the reason that she also came and to see her is to tell her that there's something wrong in Halloweentown, that the people are not themselves, that she'll see and talk to one person in the morning, and then by the evening they're someone else, and by the next day they're completely different, and then they disappear. And Gwen
They're
is
gone
like,
forever. Nowhere
and
to
Gwen
be
is like,
found.
yeah, they probably moved. That's what people do. And which makes no sense because it's like they're in Halloweentown. Where would they move to? There's no other town to move to.
Their own little world.
Yeah, and so
Yeah. Mom's not making.
I wonder how big Halloweentown is. Like, I want to is it like the logistics of all of that? Like, is it a whole dimension? Is it just like a little like snow globe? Like, basically,
Yeah.
like so much
Probably
unknown.
snow globe type.
Right?
Because it's just a town. Towns
it's
aren't very
giving-
big.
It's giving
It's not Halloween
Nightmare
City.
on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh my God, why did I say that? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Like how all the little realms have their little.
Can you imagine
tree.
Freddy Krueger going into the Easter world?
Oh my goodness. Or any of the other ones, and just start like killing. And so we have.
I'd watch that crossover.
It's giving like a Robot Chicken spinoff claymation type of thing, like they would do that.
Yeah.
And so after all of this, the mom is just basically like, look, that's no longer part of my world. I don't want to share that world with my kids. So like, just ignore it, and I'm not going to help you, essentially. And the grandma was just like, that's kind of jacked up, because like, this is your town, this is your people, you're turning your back on me. And then it's just kind of like they're left on an impasse. And then Granny's like, well, I guess I gotta go because it's about to be midnight.
Yep. And so she leaves and gets on the bus, but not before Marnie and what's brother's name?
Dylan.
Okay, Marnie and Dylan, we see them get on the bus. So they sneak onto the bus through the emergency exit in the back, and they hold on, and I'm like, they're right in the bus, and the bus goes through like a portal, and they're like screaming and I'm like, how did they not know that these people were on the bus? Because All the other creatures seem to be like remarkably calm.
Are normal.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they're like, "Ah!" I'm like, I would have been like, shut the fuck up. Like, but yeah,
maybe they are on a policy of just like they mind their biz. They just like
Don't-
let them. I don't know.
don't
But-
ask. Yeah. But they
Don't ask, don't tell.
yes, exactly.
And so they get to Halloweentown.
They get to Halloweentown, they get off the bus, and then the bus drives off, and lo and behold, Sophie is there too. And it's a nice sunny day in Halloweentown.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. It gives very much like, whenever it's whenever you're in the second grade and it's like the fall festival at school.
Yeah. It was
at the
very
elementary.
nice.
It gives that to me vibes with like the hay bales and the pumpkin, and then you see everybody walking around, all the different creatures and different type of people. And this is whenever they're right in front of the big pumpkin jack-o'-lantern thing from the middle of town, and the mayor pops up.
And Sophie also says the pumpkin doesn't look very nice like in the book.
That's true. Yeah, so it's already very observant. Sophie notices that there's
picking
something
up on
different.
the bad things. Yeah.
And they meet the mayor of Halloweentown. I was about to say Spookyville. Calabar, yes.
And I said, boo, bad Calabar.
Yeah, he's not. We know that he is not a good guy. But at this point, he does everything to make it seem as though he is the best guy. He is very charismatic, and I mean, he's a very charming person. He's like giving off those like, for the people type of person. Mayors, he's talking to them, chatting them up. He's like kind of also like getting information from them as well, because he's like learning who they are, essentially. And he learns that they're Aggie's grandkids, and so he then gets them a ride with Benny. Benny comes up, and he is a taxi man, and he's a skeleton.
Yep, and he is a skeleton, all bones.
Yeah.
And did you say that we learned Calabar's a warlock?
Oh, and he's a warlock. Yes.
Yeah, because he pulls a big lollipop out of his ear, and Sophie's like, no thanks, because I wouldn't eat an ear lollipop either. But yeah. And they're driving through the town. We see Luke from the window, and then Benny is like, oh, he's a big shot now because he got a nose job and had a few warts removed.
Which is so funny.
So yeah, and then they make it to Grandma Aggie's house, but they're stopped by a giant, really cool ornate fence with a big old lock on it, which has a frog behind it, which is probably where Sophie got the idea to turn the lock into a frog. But Marnie's trying her powers, and she's like, abracadabra, open sesame. And Dylan the whole time is like, that's the best you can do. Yeah.
So Marnie's not doing that well under pressure right now. But thankfully, we have our OG and OP, Sophie. She is basically, she doesn't say a spell or anything. She just thinks of it, and it happens.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Yeah, with the apple juice.
Yeah, I just was like, I really wish there was some apple juice here, and then boop, there was apple juice.
I'm like, I love like, well, your brothers must have been fucking with you. How old are you?
I lived in North Carolina still, so I was below 6.
They're younger than you, so they
were like 4 and 2. So and it was up.
That's why
it was in a closet.
Hi, kitty. Aww.
Where is she? Oh, she's laying on the water filter. Yeah, it's our water filtration system.
I love it. She said this.
She likes to
good nap. And
I think it's warm.
We have Sophie turns the lock into a frog, and then they're like, okay, bet. They end up going in, and they knock on the door, and Aggie's like, what are y'all doing here? But she's so happy to see them. Doesn't ask like really that many questions. And she's just like, okay, well, since you're here, you're going to learn everything now.
Yep. She's
Yeah.
like, okay. And then before they walk up, she's like doing, she's pouring something into a cauldron from a little yellow box. And so we find out later that it's instant witch's brew, which I thought was so funny, that they had instant. And Suki's here.
Makes sense.
But yeah, they are doing instant witch's brew. And we find out that it doesn't work. And
Aggie's like, we should always do homemade. And it's because she's trying to put it into a talisman, and she's trying to use this talisman to help fight off whatever bad is in the town that is making people go.
And it's Merlin's talisman.
Yes. So it's got very extra magical, capabilities to it. She's so cute.
She was so cute.
So fluff. And so she's such a baby. Oh my goodness. And we have then
making biscuits.
Aggie talking to them about how they need to go get the ingredients, right? For instant. So that's why they end up going into town.
Yep. And they get into town though, and then Mom shows up and she's like, what the hell?
Yeah. And right before we saw Mom, that's whenever we do see Harriet, her friend, because she's normal.
Oh, right
now. She's normal. And it's like, oh, hi, hello, lulu. And then Grandma Ike sees the mayor in the candy shop.
Yeah.
And they're talking.
And she's trying to tell him
about, what's going on. And he's super dismissive.
Going on. Yeah, he is. And
there we go.
And he's super charming too. Sorry, Mom hasn't shown up yet.
Even for her.
I got confused.
No, you're good. She shows up soon.
Calabar is super charming. And I was like, that's why he's a psychopath. Or a sociopath. I get them confused.
Because even though Granny is a bit you can tell she's making faces at what he's saying, but she even trusts him at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she doesn't suspect him. And they go to the broom shop because Marnie's like, oh my God, are these witches' brooms? And Grandma's like, hell yeah, they are. And so they go and they're looking at, is he a werewolf?
He's something like that. I want to say he's a werewolf. He's just a skeleton werewolf looking type of guy.
Yeah.
He was just a really skinny werewolf.
Little skinny werewolf. Skinny.
Yeah.
And he's like, you looking at the blah. He's like an Elvis werewolf too.
Yeah.
Something 3000.
I always enjoyed the way he talked for some reason.
Yeah, it's fun. But they are looking at him, and then she picks out a broom, and he's like, would you like me to wrap it up for you? And she's like, no, we'll fly it out. And during the middle of it, Luke shows up, and he's like, someone says he's the big cheese. And then Marnie's like, oh, I smell something stinky. Must be the big cheese.
Yeah. So he's trying to look all cool and bad. And he's totally puffed up because he says he knows some people. He knows these people in high places. So he's acting as if he's a hot shot. And so, Marnie is very much busting his chops, man. And he's not liking it. And
no one's ever stuck it to him before.
No. And we have then Grandma and Marnie doing a little flying lesson.
Yep. And then she tells her how magic works while they're up on the broom. She said, magic is really very simple. All you have to do is want something and then let yourself have it.
You with the apple juice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally. I am
I have to start living by that.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
Yo, Wizard Harry. And so it's a very it's an awesome moment. It's totally amazing. This is the best time of Marnie's life. And then immediately buzzkill. Mom shows up.
Yeah, Mom shows up,
Mhm.
and I just wrote Jesus Christ, Marnie, because I'm sure she said something.
She says
not.
it's horrible to her mom.
Yeah,
It's
I was
so
like,
rude.
Jesus, like,
Because yeah, her mom is trying to be like, no, ma'am, you are not. Because Marnie's like, I'm staying. And her mom was like, the fuck you are.
you're
like,
grounded.
yeah. And so it's kind of a standoff between them. That's why. And of like, who's going to win? But obviously, mom wins. And they're like, sorry, grandma, we gotta go. And Granny, she's visibly upset, but like also grandma is very much of like, as much as she wants what she wants for them, she is very much like, your mom's your mom. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, she
which
still
I-
respects Gwen's motherly power.
Yeah. And so they're waiting for a bus to come to get them because they're talking to these kind of like Tweedledee, Tweedledum type of characters. And they cannot let them know when the bus is coming. So it's all very frustrating for the mom. It's all very like, whoo. And in the middle of all this, I believe they get spotted by the mayor, right?
Yeah, they seek out the mayor.
That's what it is, because they can't get out. And they're like,
I know who could help us.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go to see the mayor, and lo and behold, Calabar and Gwen know each other. And it's flirty McFlirty pants between them.
Awfully chummy with each other.
Yeah, and all the kids are just watching, and they're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, they pick up on it very fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love the mayor's assistant. She was really funny. I love her pincushion.
I know. I was like, if I had enough time to put that together for Halloween this year, I would.
Next year.
Yeah. I just got to remember pincushion.
I always thought
such a cute outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could be her specifically with short spiky hair, or I could just be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just love how I just saw her fur whisked by the camera.
Yeah, her tail went by.
Yeah. And so
I don't know what it is about recording, but she's always like, time to come be in mommy's lap.
And so they're talking to Calabar, and Calabar is, like we said, being very flirty, and he's trying to convince them to stay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, I could take you to some of our old haunts. And I was like, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Not in front of her children.
I know. So, I was like, there are children present. What are you doing?
Place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's like, you can tell she's kind of enjoying it a little bit, but she's also like, no, we're just trying to go home. I need to take my kids home.
Yeah. And while all this is happening, Luke is luring Grandma Aggie in with the bait of knowledge of what is going on. And so he leads her to the old theater. Everyone's sitting still, statues covered in cobwebs. She finds Harriet. Mm-hmm. Because she ran into Harriet when she got off the bus the first time before the kids got off. And sorry, my sound stopped, and I thought she unplugged something.
We done it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what's going on? It kind of lagged for a second, but it's all
yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry. Yes. Okay. So Harriet, because she had ran into her twice today. First time normal, and then the second time was like that,
hissed at her. And then so she finds Harriet frozen there along with all the other people who went missing. And then he's like, just you wait. And then he shows up, ugly Calabar, but we don't know it's Calabar. And he's like, "Welcome to my museum." He's very animated with his talk and his head.
He's a showman. Yes,
He
very
is.
proud of what he's done and accomplished so far, and especially showing off to. We kind of figure that, and it's never explained to us, but the Cromwells are very powerful witches.
Yeah.
Come from like a very strong like line of, I guess, magic, um,
Mhm.
and so
Well, Grandma Aggie says it a few times, like, because she said it to them right as like they were about to go to bed in the house.
mhm,
And then Mom interrupts. She's like, "The Cromwells like are very
that's
powerful.
true.
Like you come from a line of powerful witches." And then I think she says it again whenever she's messing with the talisman, and she's like, "If we had more than one Cromwell together, like we're very powerful together,"
And
which
so
helps us at the end of the movie.
yes, and he's talking to Aggie, kind of basically it's your typical like villain monologue where he's explaining like what he wants to do, and he ends up. Um, is this when he takes Granny out, No.
Yeah. So
or she
they're
goes into the
talking.
first?
Yeah, they're talking, and then they Luke the whole time is like 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and then he's like, "Will you shut up?"
Yeah,
And then Mom conveniently shows up. Gwen
That's what it
shows up, and they all wander in there, and Mom and like tries a little spell and covers Luke in flowers, and she's like, "I said powers, not flowers."
she's a little
And
rusty.
yeah, a little rusty. And so, but then Mom gets frozen first because she pushes Grandma out of the way,
Mhm.
and then Grandma's like trying to fight off Calabar, and then she gets frozen, and she's like, "Go," and she talks for an awful long time.
Because she's powerful.
Yeah, she is. And she was like, "It's just a spell that freezes us."
And I love how she has just
Whoa.
enough time to like explain everything. You're
Yeah.
gonna, and when you come back, but also
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
there's more. So funny. No, I picked up those vibes too, and it's funny because Mom was totally just like in an instant, right? But
Yeah.
Grandma was so strong, and they're basically like what's like
And
petrified.
Marnie is instant later too,
Oh yeah,
or kind of instant.
True.
Like
she's able to
definitely
kind of like fight it off a little bit more.
twitch. Yeah.
But she definitely, I feel like in that moment too, also it kind of was giving like adrenaline, or shock or whatever. Like whenever you're in those modes, like lifting off a
Yeah.
car off of a baby. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so,
Definitely.
Grandma and Mom are taken out, so it's up to the kiddos to now save the day because they're like, "What do we do?" And they're like, "Well, I guess we have to make the the witch's
Witch's
brew from
brew.
scratch." And they're trying to remember what ingredients they needed, and they remember that they need ghost sweat and vampire
Hair of a
teeth,
werewolf.
and then the hair of a werewolf, and I think that's it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so they're
Those are the only 3 ingredients they collect, anyways.
mhm. So they go and
But
they get the wolf hair.
yeah, and
From-
they cause a big distraction, and
Mhm.
like with a flamethrower hair dryer.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's
I love
like, they
Yeah.
shave off the back of his head, and he's like, "This could be a good look for me."
yeah,
And I'm
baby.
like, "Bitch, you can't even see it." Yeah, baby.
And then we have I for some reason I have a cat with like a stroke, like the word stroke.
Oh, yeah. It's because they go to the gym, and it's like an
Oh, the
aerobics.
And the cats are like
And she's like,
yeah.
"And stroke, and stroke." And she's like dancing, and
I
yeah.
love it. And it's because they're going to the sauna, the
Yeah.
thing to go find a ghost and what a like odd like that was their first thought maybe. I don't know, but it's a movie, right? It's a good movie. But
Well,
luckily,
yeah, I mean, they go to, I mean, it's like a gym. So,
Mhm.
gym, if you need someone to sweat, the gym would be the right place.
That's true.
So,
Never.
it
You're
does
right. I didn't think about it
it
like
does
that.
make sense.
But I
But
love how
they're
Dylan.
lucky that they found a ghost.
Yeah, and Dylan is even like, why would a ghost even be worried about like their physical
Fitness.
fitness?
Yeah,
They're dead. Yeah.
they're dead. Yeah, exactly. But we conveniently find a ghost. He's
Mhm.
going into a sweat box. And then Sophie starts imitating a ghost as a distraction. And he's like, real mature kid, real funny. I don't appreciate such stereotypes because she's like, ooh, ooh. And
Definitely learned earlier from grandma.
yes. And they are getting him all riled up. Marnie has turned the heat to like scorching hot.
Mhm.
So he's sweats and they get one drop of sweat into a little vial and then they let him out and he's all of a sudden real skinny now and his voice goes high pitch. He's like,
I did it.
I did that.
Yeah.
And so that's funny. But then they're with the dentist office.
Yes. And he's with a vampire, and I love how she's like, I love her accent. One, she's like, Doctor,
Ooh,
me too
doctor.
hurt. Yeah, very
That
Count
didn't hurt at all.
Count Chocula.
Yeah.
And yeah, he takes her tooth out. I love, and also did nobody somehow these kids are in there, masked up.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
working.
I was like so sneaky that
Yeah,
they got,
the whole film.
and very convenient that a vampire had a bad tooth at that exact moment.
Very
But
much
yeah,
so.
they sneakily got the vampire fang, and then one of the goofs is you can definitely tell that her tooth was colored out with like Sharpie,
Oh yeah.
not real
You can tell.
Sharpie, like tooth makeup, but
Mhm.
yeah. Once they pulled out the vampire
Practical
fang to make it
effects.
look like a hole.
Like nothing was
Yeah.
there. And so then we have the talisman, which is sorry, no, before I got ahead of my notes. So after they get the tooth and all that, they end up going, and I love how the guy, the dentist who pulled it, he was like, well, that's why they call me the tooth fairy after all.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, if that's who was putting the tooth money under my pillow, I'm scared of him.
He was a bit intimidating. And
yeah, I
then they
prefer The Rock.
Oh, for sure. I would too. They end up, I never watched that movie actually. They
Oh,
end
really?
Up,
It's funny.
they end up leaving and they get confronted by Benny because he's in the taxi and he's like, let me give you a ride home. And he's
And he
looking
makes his eyebrows all
different.
like,
Yeah, he's a bit more menacing than he was earlier. He's not his friendly self. And they're
get in
like,
a cab.
yeah, he's threatening at this point, and they're like, no, and he pulls onto, is it Dylan?
Yeah, he pulls onto Dylan and like it's like, get in the cab. And then Sophie, with her quick thinking, is like, fetch with the dog. And he's like, not the dog. Not the dog. I sound like Jennifer Coolidge.
You do. Makes you want a hot dog real
Too
bad.
bad.
And so they end up then getting back to the house.
Yeah.
They get the talisman and they get it ready. They pour everything in there and it starts glowing. But
They lit it.
They lit it up, but they need a spell. And they're trying to remember what spell Grandma Ike was saying earlier.
Yeah, and she's like, Benihana, bippity boppity boo.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And it makes has no
something beds. No.
It doesn't even sound, because Sophie thankfully is like, I made up a song out of it because it sounded pretty or something like that.
Boo,
Yeah.
It wasn't a good song though.
No, it wasn't. And it was very much, it sounds like a Latin chant.
Yeah. And but at least she remembers it. So, and they get it lit, and so then they're going to the theater.
Yeah, I sounded it out. It's like Bekima, Bekikifir, Betikifir, Enuku, bit at the fair.
Yeah, good job. That sounded
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get it lit. They're going to the theater, and they were like in there, and they were like, "Why isn't it working?" And then Marnie thankfully uses her brain and is like, "When it's dark on Halloween, where do you put the candle?" Because they noticed that the jack-o'-lantern wasn't lit earlier, and so
because Grandma says, told them mortal see, mortal do.
yeah. And so they go, and she's going to put in the talisman, but Luke stops her and warns her because he's pretty pissed off at Calabar now because he said that he wasn't going to hurt Grandma, but he did.
Yeah.
So Luke's warning her, and he's like, "It's a trap. It's a trap." Like Star Wars.
Yes.
But then they do some quick thinking, and he puts on her cloak as Calabar reveals himself. And then he is walking through the crowd as everyone's kind of gathering because Calabar has made the sky turn black, and he's like, "La ha ha ha!
Follow me if you want to live," basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's, putting on this big old display of like grandeur and power, and like, I'm gonna be your leader, and we're gonna rule, both worlds, the mortal and this one. And like you said, Luke is pretending to be Marnie, and Calabar is like, there's one person who stands in our way, and it's a witch. So he's trying to paint her in a bad light, very like Elphaba. Wicked vibes, yeah. And ends up like blasting who we think is Marnie with these power balls, but when they end up on the floor and they're like looking up at Calabar, it ends up being Luke. So we got duped a little bit, and as soon as we find out it is Luke, we
Not
turn
really.
the
What
camera
does he
turns.
say?
Yeah, he says, "We tricked you," or something
Fooled
like
ya.
that. Fooled you, yeah. And we turn to Marnie, and she is just taking the top off the jack-o'-lantern. She's dropping the talisman in, but before she drops it,
she gets
he gets zapped, yeah. And he does it a few times at her, and it's kind of like, I guess, like a electrical. It almost seems like a muscle, like, because she's gripping onto, because you think she'd pass out and it'd be like, but it was almost like she was like
it like froze her in the state that she was in.
Exactly. And so she's having a hard time dropping the talisman, but thankfully ends up letting go just enough, and it falls, and it goes right into place, I guess, and lights up the jack-o'-lantern, and he's like, crap. And then that's whenever it ends up fixing all of the people who were petrified, who were frozen. So Granny and Gwen are able to come out. They're able to help. And they're talking with Calabar, exchanging words, because like the kids tell Mom and Grandma that like it's Calabar, and they're like, what? And then they look, and he's like, it's me. And then he's like, y'all like can't, y'all you'll fail, like I'm too strong for y'all. And then that's whenever he ends up like pulling the talisman out of the jack-o'-lantern, just like, and it goes to him. And
like force.
Yeah, very much so. And they end up Marnie ends up sticking up to him because, oh no, I'm sorry, Grandma and Mom starts chanting a spell, but it doesn't do anything at this point, and he's like, see, like, you can't do anything.
You Cromwells are no match for me.
Marnie is then like, well, because Dylan's fingernails start like sparkling,
zapping.
And he's like, I wish I could. He's like, why I oughta. And so then Marnie is like, well, maybe not just their power, but mine and my sister and my brothers, all of us combined, we can take you out.
With our powers combined.
So two things I thought it was super cool, but then I also thought it was just like so kind of funny. And I didn't think of it when I was a kid. I thought like, yeah, they're so badass. But it's just like how did they know to start humming? And then it was so funny because it's just like we're gonna take you out, and then it's just like, like
Yeah.
I just thought it was a little like uh not anticlimactic, but I thought it was just silly because they just start humming because they're like,
Yeah.
threatening him, and then thankfully through the unison and the harmonization of their hums and the belief of their magic, and I guess like the goodness, good versus bad, they end up
Obliterating it.
yeah, because the talisman just like turns into this light. And I guess because it's such good magic and it's light, it just drowns him out and he just eviscerates like Thanos, like snap, just like, yeah.
Into dust.
Which was pretty cool. They had some pretty cool, like, I feel like they saved some of the budget for that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was neat.
Yeah.
But, yep. And so, I almost said Thanos. Calabar. Calabar's gone. And all's right in Halloweentown again. And without Calabar's magic being there, Luke turns back into warty, big nose guy.
Like, because I guess he's a troll. I believe he's a troll.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. And so,
is it weird that I thought he looked kind of almost better in his troll form?
No, I don't think so.
I was like, Luke's kind of cute.
But he ends up turning back into that form. But Marnie is like, it's okay. Like, I like you better as
I
yourself.
love you anyways.
Yeah, like you.
Even though you're ugly.
Mm-hmm. It's what's on the inside that counts. And yeah, it's just a super wholesome ending. Because then it's like mom is telling the kids like, well, I guess that you're gonna, I guess we're leaving. But then she's like, haha, JK, grandma's just gonna have to come live with us.
Yeah, and train up your powers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so, so then they're like, yay, grandma's, and then grandma's like, okay, I guess I'm moving.
Guess I'm leaving.
But then that's pretty much it. Yeah. Then they're all dead.
Huh.
Just kidding.
Then they all die.
But yeah, do you have any fun facts?
I do. Yeah. So there's 2 fun facts that are basically the same. It says, one of them says that the filming happened in St. Helens, Oregon, but also Scappoose, Oregon, is where the original Halloweentown was filmed, and they welcome tourists. In fact, they have a month-long Spirit of Halloweentown event to celebrate the October holiday and allow fans of the movie to explore the town. They even try to recreate parts of the set, like the giant jack-o'-lantern in the town square, which I think is so fun.
So cool. Yeah. I would, if I lived close, I would go there.
Yeah, I would too. Maybe we'll have to take a trip out there one day.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
What's our next fun fact?
According to Kimberly J. Brown, the flaming hairdryer Marnie accidentally picks up is real, with real flames, and no special effects were involved.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so she was like, for real. Let's see. This is kind of common sense, but let's just see. Although there are 4 Disney Channel original movies in the Halloweentown series, many actors only appear in a couple of them. Only Debbie Reynolds, who played Agatha Cromwell, Judith Hoag, who played Gwen Cromwell, and Joy Zimmerman, who played Dylan Cromwell, are credited as appearing in all of the Halloweentown titles, not Halloween.
Oh, yeah. They are the only ones in all 3. Because Sophie's not in the 4th one. And Marnie gets recast.
Which is so dumb. Also, yeah, Sarah Paxton and Alexis Bledel. Like, Sarah Paxton's just a blonde Alexis Bledel.
Yeah, very much so.
I always thought it was Alexis Bledel.
Because I just watched Weapons yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah Paxton is in it. And I was like, so random. It was so random. I was like, Nami just happened to it was so random. I was like, but I feel like that always happens.
Yeah.
Think of something or someone, and then you see them. But yeah.
And then one last one. Debbie Reynolds descends from the bus carrying her from Halloweentown by floating down onto the sidewalk with an umbrella, not unlike Mary Poppins. Reynolds was considered for the role before Julie Andrews was cast.
That makes
for Mary
sense.
Poppins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the same era. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the talkies.
From the talkies.
And
the
so,
shit.
from the flickers. Oh.
I went
That's right.
to hottie like a bag of talkies.
And that's how Miss Marnie feels now that she's a baddie witch and she's going to learn all her powers. But yeah, that is Halloweentown. We wanted to cover Halloweentown because it is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Guess we
Halloween.
Should have,
oh, yeah. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Yay.
Dolly is climbing on my back.
We should explain that we've had a lot of things going on.
This is new kitten. Y'all haven't seen Dolly yet.
Yeah, it's a new baby.
Hello, Dolly.
But we've just had a lot of things going on personally, health-wise, family-wise, work-wise, just all around life. So, but we wanted to get an episode in today because it's Halloween, and
it is Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank y'all for being concerned about where we were and for reaching out to us. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll be back with our regularly scheduled programming soon. I really stumbled on that. Regularly.
But yeah, thanks for sticking through with us, and I hope you enjoyed that episode. We're going to be covering we're going to be covering Halloweentown 2, Calabar's Revenge, and probably Halloweentown High coming up pretty soon. Just to also
have some lighthearted, spooky fun.
It's just kind of continue on our little spooky season a little bit more, extended spooky season.
Since we were late to spooky season.
Super, we're high by very much that.
Yeah. Drive by.
But
oh, yeah.
JK. Just kidding. And so, like always, we're being recorded by the lovely Rogue Media Network Studios. You can visit their website at roguemedianetwork.com and check out all the different podcasts that they have, which is literally so many different kinds, whether you want to listen to something about finances, something about ghost, something about true crime, and even just lifestyle, I think advice. There's
books.
Even book, people who read like a book club but podcast form. So there's a lot of everything out there for everyone. And what else, Caitlin?
Yeah, so you can listen to them all on roguemedianetwork.com, like Josh just said. Or you can listen to us and all those other amazing podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. And the two biggest platforms would be
Spotify
and also Apple. But wherever you do listen, don't forget to
rate, review, like, and subscribe.
That's right, because that is the only way we can get ahead in this world. And then if you want to reach out to us, let us know your thoughts on Halloweentown.
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. Yeah, you can do so all on our one social media platform, which is Instagram, and that is at
BOOBAES podcast, because we're your BooBaes, not your BooBabes.
That's right. And we didn't give a boo rating.
Good call. Good catch. Yeah, we were saving it for the end because what does Halloweentown need other than a solid 5?
A solid 5. Yeah.
5. There was no debating. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the best Halloween movies out there.
Nostalgic, wholesome. You have Debbie Reynolds for one. Plot that just eats it up every time. It's super.
I've literally watched this movie
probably once every year.
Once every year since 1998.
Literally.
I mean, there have been a few years I haven't watched it because I didn't have Disney, but on Amazon, it was only $3.99 to buy it or $3.29 to rent it. So I bought it. So now
There
I
you go.
can watch it every year because
That's
I
awesome.
was like, this is a Halloween staple that I need.
Yeah.
So I bought it. And so now I can watch it whenever I want, even when it's not spooky season. I will watch it.
Easter.
Easter, Halloweentown. Christmas,
Thanksgiving.
Halloweentown. President's Day, Halloweentown.
All of the days. Arbor
Yes.
Day.
Arbor Day, because trees are important too, you know.
They are. But Halloween is cool.
Nature boy.
So, a solid 5.
On 5.
From this BooBaes. Solid 5 from
And
that
for
BooBaes.
me.
So a 5 overall. And we don't have anybody's rating for this.
Because we didn't tell anyone.
Because it's just our own. But we can
Yeah.
only imagine that everyone else would give it a 5 because what would
It's
Marty
the best. What would
What
Marty
would
do?
Aggie do? Yes.
Yeah.
So without further ado, until next time.
Until next time, you guys. Bye, baes.
Bye, days.
BooBaes.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.